It's me again, Eleni. So today we're gonna do a Q&A. I asked some questions on Instagram. Yeah, so I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna finish up this little painting and answer these questions. We're gonna change though, because I don't paint in this a ton. First question. So, what's your makeup routine? Honestly, I don't have like an actual makeup routine. I kind of I do my makeup to match my outfits. So, like this look, I was wearing an all black and white outfit before, as you saw. So, I did black and white makeup. So, like if I'm wearing like a rainbow like makeup, like I'll try to match like each color like in my fit. I don't know like if you mean like makeup routine as in like my steps that I do, because usually I do my eyes first and then I do the rest of my face. And that's how we do it. The next question is, what's my favorite piece? There's a plane. We're gonna wait for that to fly by. Okay, now that the airplane's finished, my favorite piece I ever made. That's like so hard because I feel like I made so many paintings, but I think it has to be, I'm gonna insert a photo in here too because I do have some of them, but they're definitely way too big to like fit in this screen if I show you. But I probably have three. I don't know. I really like my frog Yogi painting, and I also really like my like alien conscious painting, which I'll put them all here, and the one that I made for Joey of Us in the Tree. That's definitely one of my favorites, and probably the one I made inspired by Elements Festival. I loved that one. I feel like I like leveled up and like learned a lot from doing that painting. Like it was a challenge, and my like past few paintings have been like that, and I love when it's like that because it's like I don't feel like I'm just doing the same thing. Like I'm actually doing something different and I'm learning from it and getting better. So yeah, those are probably my favorite pieces I made. This one's not a question, but they wrote, "You have a dope voice, LOL, not a question, LOL, I know. Thanks." What inspires your heart work? I would say, like, everything, but mainly I get a lot of my inspiration from, like, my dreams. Yeah, I would say mostly nature and my dreams. Most of my paintings are dreams. So, like, cliche, but, like, you really do find inspiration, like, everywhere. Like, you just gotta look. Like this, I don't know, this was inspired by just swirls. Like, I just like neon colors and wanted to make, like, a childlike portal. Like, I guess, like, Tim Burton kind of style, like, how it's, like, messy. And then I was watching, David Lynch, one of his videos. What was his documentary? And he was, using like clay like on his canvas, so I was like, I don't really do that, I'm gonna try that. So that's where this came from. It's off-centered, but it's fine because it's the first time we're doing this. Who inspires me? You know, we have like a lot of people who inspire me, but if we're talking about like one person, like, I mean, are we talking like someone who's like up there in like art world inspiring? Because if that's so, then obviously like Alex Gray and like all those people like in that world. But I would say Flying Lotus's shows inspire the fuck out of me. Whenever I go to a show, like I feel like I just have like a whole new idea to paint, which is the painting that I'm currently doing, like the big one that I'm currently doing. That one is inspired by one of his shows. He's just so fucking weird, and like I feel like he just like gets shit. Like, I don't know, I feel like we're in the same, like we were in the same planet, like we're born in the same world. This is a good one. What is your dream as an artist? Dream gallery, dream museum, dream sale, etc. My dream as an artist, honestly, just to like do this full time, or like not even if it was full time, like if I just like worked like a couple days like in my current job, I wouldn't mind that. Like 1 or 2, or just I'm lying. I definitely want to do this full time. And maybe like work somewhere like that has to do with like nutrition or like health, rather than like being in the beauty industry anymore, just because I don't feel like it aligns with me anymore. Like, yeah, I like makeup and like making art out of makeup, but being around like the hair industry part, like with all the chemicals and like all that damaging shit, it just doesn't make sense for me to be in for long term. But yeah, doing this full time would be awesome. I never really had like a dream gallery, but like it would be dope to be in the MoMA, obviously. It's not like everyone's goal, like that's the fucking gallery. Or what's that one? That one that looks like, what the hell is it called? It's like the crazy like looking gallery in the city. You know, that psycho bitch was like running it or some shit. When I figure out the name, I'll write it because I can't remember right now. But that would be sick. Whoa! What? There's music playing and you probably can't hear it. What is your favorite thing about yourself? Probably the fact that I can paint and like I'm able to express like how I feel through visual art. That, and I'm like on a surface level kind of thing. My style is pretty fire. Come on. Come on. If you were ice cream, what flavor would you be and why? I'm not really a crazy ice cream fan. I guess I would be like, I would definitely be oat milk based. I would totally be oat milk based. And I think I would be either like, oh, you know what I would be? I would be a coffee flavored oat milk based with like peanut butter chunks in it. Is that gross? No, I think that's probably good. Like a vanilla, like a 2 flavor combo. Like I would be like a coffee base, but also we have like a vanilla swirl, like a coffee vanilla oat milk base with peanut butter chunks. Like, you know those like peanut butter squares they have in the ice cream sometimes? They're like peanut butter cookie chunks. Yeah, I think I just made that up. But that's the flavor I would be. I feel like, you know, you got the peanut butter, nice and filling. I feel like nice fatty, hearty, like peanut butter. I feel like I'm nice and hearty. Oat milk because we're vegan, you know, we respect the animals. We eat the plants. So I'm gonna be the oat milk. And coffee, I feel like I have to be the coffee because I do have a lot of energy, and I feel like, I mean, I don't drink coffee, I don't do the caffeine, but I feel like if I was ice cream to like represent like energy, you would have to do coffee because that's what gives you the energy. And vanilla just to like make it make sense with the peanut butter, because I don't really know if peanut butter would make sense with the coffee alone. Like I feel like you would need some of the vanilla. And I don't know, it's just like an ice cream full of like flavor, and it's messy, and I feel like that's what we are. we're not that messy, but like, there's a lot going on, you know? I feel like I need to invent that ice cream. Like, I need to go to the store and buy all those things and, like, make this a flavor, actually, and try it. And then I'll let you guys know, oh my god, maybe I should try it, like, with you guys. And we can all see if it actually tastes good. But those are usually the ice cream flavors I do get. Crazy festival experiences is the next question. You know, I feel like I'm like witnessing the crazy shit happen to my friends, not necessarily me. So, like, I feel like a lot of crazy shit doesn't really happen to me at festivals, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm usually there seeing it happen to, like, my friends. But there's gotta be something. If I go to a festival to, like, restart, like, refresh, like, my whole life. So, like, it'll be life-changing, but not in a way where it's like, wow, that shit was crazy. Like, yeah, but not in a way, like, crazy, like, fucked up crazy, I guess. Like a crazy, like, wow, I'm, like, glad we overcame that kind of crazy. A craziest trip report. I could think of this one time that I met this dude was walking by, and, like, I was sitting on the floor trying to, like, eat, like, some plantain tacos because, like, I needed food. And this dude was walking by, and he looked like an actual giant. Like, he looked like he was probably, like, 9 feet tall. And, like, his veins were just, like, popping out like crazy. Like scary, like a point to, like, where it looks scary, not, like, cool. I don't know if that ever looks cool on anyone, but, like, that shit was terrifying. Yeah, I don't want to go into, like, too much detail, but I finished my tacos, and then I went to Alice in Wonderland, and it was a great time. But in that moment, it was like, what the fuck? Very visually stimulating. Like, way too much. Another crazy one, though. I had another one in mind for this question specifically, and I can't remember. I should have just said, I saw God. Everybody. How old did you start creating art? Literally, like, since I was a small child. What? You playing? These planes are ruining everything. Literally since I was, like, a little ass kid. Like, I was always making art. My mom, like, we made art as children. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, like 1, 2, straight out the womb. But I always liked it. It was always, like, my thing. I never, like, fell out of interest in it. D. What inspired you to be an artist? I mean, I feel like I just always was, but what, like, actually made me think, like, I want to do this for, like, real, like, and make money off of it? I think I just, like, hated every job that I ever had. Not hated every job I had, but, like, I could never stay at a job. Like, I always had, like, a new job. And I just get bored of them, and the only thing that I don't get bored of is making art. Because it's, like, always something different every time. It's never the same. You just always changing, and you can like always grow from it. Like you're never gonna stop learning techniques or like different ways to paint. Like there's always something to learn, and like it's just fun. And also I feel like I'm not the best at like expressing with words, that it's like this is like the only, like not the only way, but like my most effective way of like expressing of like how I feel. What's your favorite thing to paint, and where do you get your inspo from? Okay, well I answered the second question. What's my favorite thing to paint? For a while it was eyeballs and mushrooms, which like it still is, but I feel like lately I've been like trying to paint like other things, just because I always do paint the mushrooms and eyeballs though, like they always find their way into a painting, but I've really been trying to like paint other things than just mushrooms and eyeballs, just to like get better. And mushrooms are so fun to paint. Like they just have so many like I love making them all squiggly and like wavy, and I don't know, they're just so fun. They have so much like details you can get in there, and I really think like I've mastered in painting a really good mushroom. Like I like them to look like candy where you can like eat them. Yeah, I would still say that eyeballs and mushrooms are definitely still my favorite thing to paint, but I like to paint anything, like anything that's like nature involved. I love to paint. I really do like doing portraits. Most of my commissions, they end up being portraits. Pet portraits as well. Yeah, no, I really just like painting anything. Not cartoony so much anymore. I used to like really like to do more cartoon style, but I'm definitely like to paint more realistic type of things. But like not realistic, like real things, but make them look like rainbow and crazy. You know what I mean? What was the first piece of clothing you ever made, and what age? So I was thinking about this earlier because I don't know like how old I was when the first piece of clothing that I made. I'm gonna say like I was, no, another plane. Piece of clothing I ever made. I'm gonna say probably like in middle school sometime, because that's when I went to like take pre-college courses in FIT. Not sure which we did first, but it was either like this red like tight velvet skirt, which I'll like insert a photo, or my like corduroy jacket, which I can show you. Very impressed at my middle school self. So yes, this is one of the first pieces, because I'm not sure which one was actually first. Like full piece we're talking about here. Yeah, so it's just a little corduroy jacket. I made it all from scratch. They like showed us like the patterns and everything, and yeah. And I still have it after like 15 years, I guess. Another skirt that I made during those courses, which would be this one. It's just like this little circle skirt. I've worn it a bunch of times. Haven't worn it on the YouTube yet. Those classes where I learned how to sew. We should count how many planes go flying in this video. I'm gonna put a little plane emoji each time we hear a plane. The process the same between painting and making clothes. I would say no, because most of the time when I'm making clothes, I kind of just like see a garment like in my head, or a lot of the times I'll get like inspired by the materials. I feel like when I'm making clothes, it's more like playful than like this is gonna go here, like planned out like so much. When I'm painting, I feel like it's more planned. for the most part, like for big paintings. And a lot of the times, my paintings like come from like dreams and like things that actually happened. So it is like pretty much more like planned rather than just like, oh, I'm gonna paint some shit real quick. During the pandemic though, it was more like I was doing more like, let me paint some shit, like I don't know what I'm doing, like let me just do whatever. But I think that's because I had more time to like I wasn't doing anything, so I had more time to like just play around with my materials. Like I was really like, I was getting into charcoal, I was getting into like Crayols, like oil pastels, like just having like fun. And I feel like I don't really have like more as that much amount of time. Obviously I don't, because like I'm working again. Plain and delete. I mean, I definitely don't have that amount of time, so most of the times when I do think of a painting, it's like planned on like what I saw, like, or what like has happened to me. Like it's like a vision, obviously. And yeah, when I'm making clothes, it's more like, let me just see what I could throw together. What it, like the clothes just kind of just like come to my head, and like depends on the materials. A lot of the times I just play around my scraps because I'm like, oh my god, I have so much material, like I need to use it. How could I use this in a way? Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's the same process. It's definitely different. See, but I guess like if this was like during the pandemic, it would have been like very similar, depending on what I'm doing. How would you describe your art style? Style in general. By the way, I love your art. It's amazing. Thank you for the love and support. You're amazing. Oh, and style in general. Okay, so we're doing art and we're doing fashion. So let's start with the fashion style, because that, I would definitely describe it as like, it's kind of like all over the place. But I like to style it. I mean, I like to describe it as, I wouldn't say kawaii, but definitely like Japan pop culture. Girl fell in a tub of LSD, ended up at a rave, and met some goth kids on the way, and then came back to her home and decided to paint it all. I feel like that's a good description of my fashion sense, style. You know, because we got like some cute like Hello Kitty like Pusheen like elements in the outfit sometimes, and we got like all the chokers and chains from the goth kids, and then like we be going to the raves, so we got all the rainbow trippy looking metallic silvery shit from the rave people, and like you throw it all together, it kind of is like a painting. It's like an artsy like mishmash painting. So I think that's a good description. And then my art style, let's see, just like neon-y, psychedelic, rainbow, trippy land, Candyland vibes, mushrooms flying in space. Definitely some like cosmic, like psychedelic trip. Yeah, that's my art. Cosmic psychedelic trip. Oh, and we're at the last question, and I didn't finish this, and it's been an hour, but I can't paint and talk at the same time. Who was your favorite DJ when you first got into the scene? So many exclamation points. Well, definitely Excision. I got into the scene from hearing Breathe Carolina. Like how they were like electronic-y at first. Not at first, but they were like the first band, I feel like, to like add that like electronic-y like vibe, and I was like, wow, like I like this a lot. And I don't know how like I found Excision, but I know like I liked the electronic vibe like from hearing like Breathe Carolina like wind that into their like, I don't know what to call them, like their band shit. But yeah, I don't know where I found Excision or how. Maybe like probably on like YouTube. But I found him. Plane. Yeah, I found him, and every time he came to New York, I was like, I have to see this man. And then when he did Destroyed with a downlink, and I think someone else was involved, that shit was sick, and I saw that. I feel like I was like living at the PlayStation Theater or Best Buy Theater, whatever it's called. It's like changed its name like 17,000 times. No one can keep up. But yeah, I was there for Excision and Destroyed. Just for some reason, they just always happened to play there. But yeah, that was my jam. I was a big bass dubstep head. Those days are over though. We're into the house now. The techno, the house, the drum and bass, not the dubstep. That shit is too much for me. I'm like, am I getting old? Because I cannot do it anymore. Like, it just sounds like pots and pans. Like, I literally sound like a grandma. Or those pots and pan music. But that's, like, what it sounds like. I do like old dubstep, though. It was, like, after he came out with that, like, Robo Kitty shit, I was like, what? Like, what is this? This is trash. He's like, you could do so much better. He was like the king of dubstep and then just came up with that. But like, I get it because dubstep is like becoming not like it was really hard for you to make money like making dubstep music because I feel like nobody likes it, or at the time really liked it. Like, it's hard to make good dubstep, and that's why like once he stopped doing that, it's like, well, who else is gonna do it? Like, nobody else is really good at it. But yeah, then I went into Bass Nectar, obviously. And those were like my two favorites for like a long time. Like, every time they came here, I would like have to see them. I wasn't one of those who like traveled around the world to like go see the DJs. Like, I was like 16 or 17 years old. Like, I was like 17 years old. Like, I could not do that. Here comes another plane. Yeah, I couldn't really do that. My parents were like, nah, chill, you crazy. That's all the questions. Thanks for asking all these questions. There were some good questions. I had fun answering them. Probably do another one of these in like maybe like a year or like 6 months. Maybe when this thing starts getting a little more popular over here. But yeah, let me know like what like type of videos you want to see. Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna go finish this up, and yeah, bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe.